Good evening. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Kampong Kid Life, where we talk about coconuts, the universe, and everything else in between. So, in the next 60 minutes, I am going to field some questions, thoughts, perspectives, and I'm going to offer, so it's not advice. It's not advice. I'm going to offer a perspective. I'm going to offer a perspective, an opinion from an experience. Okay, so for those of you who've not met me before, I'm Douglas Kampong Kid, and in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to be talking about exactly that. Okay, and I will take whatever questions that will come up. But before I do that, let's see who is online tonight, this evening. Lei Song, okay, still learning. Lei Song Gui Na. Good evening, Min Tui, Duan Nei. Good evening, Kaylee. Tom Lu, Tung In, Ngan Tran Indo, good evening. Quinn Tran, good evening. Tran Lei, Tran Bui, good evening, everyone. Okay, so let's see. Let's take the first question for the evening. And the first question is, why are you always tired? Okay, it's going to be a long answer. So let's define tired. Okay, so if I look at the word tired, what I see, what I understand of the word tired it is energetic level. Okay, so I'm going to take it from a perspective of energetic level. Okay, full bar. Okay, so if you look at battery, right? If you look at battery, okay, so a full bar, okay, is energetic, highly energetic. And then as you use the battery, okay, the power is going to drain. And at some point, we're going to say that battery is tired. The battery is tired because the energy level, or energetically, the battery, the power, the energy has been utilized. So it's no longer fully charged. So I'm going to use that definition as tired. And I'm going to use that definition for tired. And if you look at humans, okay, so you look at humans, okay, humans are the same way, right? So we have energetic levels. Okay, we have energetic levels, and when we're fully charged, okay, okay, we are fully charged. Okay, and as we do things, okay, as we do things through over time, this energy will drop. Okay, this energy will drop, and then we need to recharge. Okay, so humans are the same way, and there are different ways that we recharge. Okay, depending on where we are being drained. Okay. So I look at humans. Okay, I look at humans as a combination of three elements. Okay, we are body. Okay, that's the physical part of us. We are mind. That is the conscious part of us, and we are spirit, which is the metaphysical part of who we are. Okay, so when I talk about human, when I talk about person, I will look at these three elements. Okay, the body, the mind, and the spirit. Now, if we look at each of these three elements, and when we look at a human operating, okay, Douglas at the start of the 60 minutes of Kampong Kid Life, okay, very energetic. Okay, at the end of the 60 minutes, okay, am I still as energetic? Okay, it depends. So depending on what I utilize, okay, that aspect of me will get drained. Okay, if I am doing physical work, okay, so if I'm doing physical work, or if I'm doing something physical, then I'm going to depend on my physical energy. I'm going to utilize my physical energy to do work. Okay. So the thing is this. Okay, when we talk about energy, energy in this reality, in this system, doesn't get created or destroyed. It just changes form from one form to another. Okay, so when I do physical work, when I'm doing something physical, I'm actually utilizing my energy and transforming that into the work that I do. Okay, and then I have a physical output. Now, part of the things that I do may also require my mind, my consciousness. Okay, I'm not just a machine producing something physical. Okay, there's a part of my consciousness. There's a part of my mind that is participating in this. Okay, I'm thinking, so I might be thinking about the thing that I'm doing. Okay, making mistakes and making corrections and making adjustments along the way. I might have some emotions about the things I'm doing. Okay, okay. So like when we I'm going to talk about cooking. Okay, I'm going to talk about cooking. Let's say I'm cooking a dish, right? So my body, my hands. I might be whipping something. I might be chopping something. I might be stirring something or cooking. So and then at the end, I have a dish. Okay, I have food. And sometimes, so sometimes we say that food is cooked with love. Okay, tender, loving care. When we cook food with tender, loving care, it tastes better because we have infused some of our energy. Okay, that's called love into the food, and so it tastes better. Okay, and then the next thing is the spirit. Okay, the spirit. Okay, the soul. Okay, the non-physical part. I mean, the metaphysical part of who I am. Okay, that is living this life. Okay, that's living this life, getting an experience of cooking, that's participating and enjoying the experience of preparing that food. Okay, that dish. Okay, so I may be at body level, mind level, and spirit level, converting some of the energy that I have into this dish that I am cooking, that I'm presenting to someone. And if I am enjoying that process, if I love that process and the people that I'm cooking for, even though my energy level may have dipped, it has converted into something that is, to me, rewarding and meaningful. Okay. So even though my energy has dropped, will I feel tired? Okay, if you do something that you love, if you do something that you love, physically, body, mind, and spirit, even though you've converted some of that energy into the thing that you love, will you feel tired? Okay, for most people, no. Okay, for most people, no. Okay, because there is an exchange of energy. There's something that they get back. Okay, there's something that they get back energetically. Okay, that meaning, that fulfillment. Okay, that exchange is created. Okay, that then for me, I don't feel tired. Okay, I don't feel tired because I'm in love with the thing that I do, and there is an exchange. Now, under what circumstances? Okay, under what circumstances then will you feel tired? Because if you are performing some task, and there is an exchange of energy back, even though you're giving away some energy, you're getting some energy back, you will not feel tired. So under what circumstances will anyone actually feel tired? From a body perspective, from a mind perspective, from a spiritual perspective, when there's no exchange. When we are giving out energy and not getting anything back, we continue to drain, and we're not being topped up. There's no topping up. It's just flowing. It's just outflow. So we always talk about balancing energy, whatever we do, creating an exchange. So that there's always a balance. That is maintained, that allows that flow to continue to occur. But if there is no balance, if we continue to do something, it keeps flowing out. Eventually this energy that we have will get depleted, whether it's body, mind, or spirit. And then we feel, oh my God, I'm so drained. I cannot do any more because there is no flow back. There's no flow back. There are situations. So there are situations when we do things that drain us very, very quickly. We keep giving and giving and giving and giving, and we don't get anything in return. And it can happen in many, many ways. So I might be, if I do work, and I don't get compensated for it. So this is at physical level. If I do work, I don't get compensated for it. Will I continue to do work? I cannot. right? I cannot continue to create value for someone if I don't get compensated for it, because there's no exchange. If I continue to do, okay, I continue to give out, I don't get anything back, okay, it will exhaust me. That's number one. Now, the thing is, it's not always about paid work, right? It's not always about the physical aspect. I can choose. I can always choose, right? I can always choose if that thing is not rewarding. Okay, there's no exchange. I can choose to stop doing it. Okay, from a physical level. Okay, I can stop doing it, and I can then choose to do something else where an exchange can occur. Now, if we take it to the mind level, okay, if I'm thinking, I'm feeling, I'm giving of myself. Okay, I'm giving of myself. Okay, and somebody is giving back to me, then I might so again, there's an exchange. There's an exchange, and I will continue to give out, because if I'm teaching, okay, talk about teachers. If I'm teaching, and I am also equally getting energy back, okay, from the learners, okay, who are willing to learn, okay, who are willing to learn, and then that gives me, it makes it very rewarding for me. It makes it very meaningful for me. I will continue doing it because the exchange I'm getting, okay, is satisfaction, is fulfillment and purpose. Okay, that people are learning, and then the expansion, and then the energy expands. At a spiritual level, okay, so what the spirit do in this life? Okay, spirit is in this life to get an experience. Okay, spirit is in this life to experience this physical life. Okay, and in order to experience this physical life, the spirit, through the body and mind, okay, participates in things that happen, participates in events, participates in relationships, participates in all sorts of things in this physical world, and in exchange gets an experience. Now, the thing is, if the body is participating in something that the spirit doesn't want, okay, or is not looking for, or does not get an experience of being participant in that in that situation, okay, then the spirit is going to not get anything back, because it's not getting what it's looking for, or is supposed to get in this lifetime. Okay. So if we look at that, okay, what are the situations which will cause us to feel tired? Okay, it's when we do things and things don't, and energy doesn't flow back. Okay, physically it is easy, okay, for us to leave, recuperate, okay, and then find another situation where an exchange can occur. Then what kind of exchange? What kind of exchange are we looking at? Okay, what kind of exchange do we need? Okay, what kind of exchange do we need so that we don't continue, so that we don't feel tired? Okay, so what kind of exchange? Okay, so the thing is, there's always, so I talked about this earlier. There's always a balance. Okay, there's always the balancing of energy out and energy back in. So there can be a situation, right, where there's energy out, but the energy back in is not as much as the energy going out. What happens? Okay, net negative. So the energy, my energy will drop to a level where, okay, when I run out of energy, I cannot be doing anymore. Okay, so I might feel tired physically. The body will feel tired. I want to give out a lot more, because there's the rate of coming in is higher than me giving out. Then I need to match. Okay, so that, there are situations that we can participate in or be involved in, okay, for a very, very long time, and then we don't feel tired. How come? Because energetically, the energy that we're receiving, okay, is high. Now, if we are giving out energy and not getting anything in return, we will drain very fast. And if you're always tired, okay, it just simply means that you're constantly in environments, you're constantly in situations where you're giving a lot out and not getting back in return. Okay, so there's always a choice. Okay, there's always a choice, but the thing is, you can only choose. You can only choose when you know. Okay, you can only choose when you know. So if you're looking at that, if you're looking at how come, okay, I'm always feeling tired, because you're not getting energy back as fast as you are giving out. Okay, you can say, okay, we get out of this situation and then we go and rest, right? Okay, so we need rest. Okay, so we need rest in order to recover. Okay, so we always need rest. But sometimes rest, you rest and then you top up your energy and then you go and burn drain again. Okay, it's not going to work in the longer term, because what's going to happen is you're going to burn out, because the only person who is topping up the energy is you. And then you top up the energy, then you go and drain. You top up the energy and go back and drain. And after a while, okay, it's going to become meaningless, because it's like this you're not getting anything back. Okay, and you're just giving out. You're going to end up at net negative. Okay, then you put it at the mind and spiritual level. Okay, the mind and the spirit will give up. The mind and the spirit will surrender and say, no, it's pointless. Okay, it's meaningless to continue doing this, because you get into a situation, you're just drained. Okay, you no longer enjoy doing it. Okay, or it may be something that is not what you want. Okay, like I was talking about this earlier. Okay, if the spirit participates in something that it has no desire to participate in, okay, then it's not going to be able to get what it is looking for in this lifetime, which is the experience. Okay, and if it's not getting that, then the spirit's not going to participate, because it's meaningless. It's meaningless, and the thing is, body, mind, and spirit, okay, are all interconnected. Okay, and if you find yourself dragging your feet, okay, dreading to do the thing that you need to do, then it's time to take a look. Okay, it's time to take a look at the balance of energy, the exchange of energy, and how meaningful it is to continue doing that thing, because you're not getting anything back, but you're spending time. Okay, and time, every single moment, okay, every single moment that we utilize to do something, okay, is gone forever. Okay, we can never ever get it back. Okay, so for every single moment that you're spending doing things that are meaningless, that are not rewarding, okay, that are not giving you something back in return, is gone. Okay, so the thing is, take a look. Okay, what is it? How is it that you're spending your time? Okay, what are you putting your time into? Okay, and if you're feeling tired, okay, at the end of every engagement, over and over and over again, and you start to dread doing the thing, you start to drag your feet, it's time to take a look. Is that truly the thing that you want to be involved in? Okay, it can be a relationship. Okay, it can be a job. Okay, it can be a vocational pursuit. It can be knowledge that you are learning. You know, if you need to learn something, you dread learning it, right? And then you always feel, oh my God, when you need to learn something, you feel so tired. You already feel so tired thinking about the thing that you need to learn. Okay, take a look. Okay, just take a look. Okay, so why are you always tired? Because you're not doing the thing that you are meant to be doing in this lifetime. You're not involved. You're not participating in the environment. You're not in the relationship. You're not in the job. You're not in the. Take a look at wherever you are playing a game in your life. That's not the game that you actually want to play. If you feel tired playing that game, okay. If it's the game that you enjoy playing, okay, where there's a fair exchange, okay, you know, at the end you feel exhilarated. Okay, you can be doing a lot, okay, but you feel exhilarated, okay, because the exchange is meaningful, it is purposeful. Okay, if it's not that, take a look again. What are the real dangers of ChatGPT and any other AI tech? The real dangers. Okay, it depends. It depends on where you are. It depends on where you are and what danger means. So let's take a look at Chat GPT. For those of you who don't know what Chat GPT is or don't have an experience of Chat GPT, it's a chatbot. Okay, Chat GPT is a chatbot that is built on GPT-3, okay, which is a framework technology that has been developed around. Okay, that is an AI technology. What's AI? AI is artificial intelligence. What's artificial intelligence? It's machines that can think. Okay, it's machines that are intelligent. So over the last few decades, a few things has happened. Okay, so if we look at what's happening in the environment today, what do we have today that we didn't used to have in the past? Okay, that is increasing is technology. In the earliest years, okay, of industrialization, okay, we had factories. Okay, we had factories that enable us to mass produce. Okay, and then you fast forward a century later, we have automation. Okay, factories that which are machines. Okay, basically machines. Okay, that have that have a process that they perform. Okay, that can replace a human. Okay, with high precision. Okay, it's just a process. Okay, it's a system. It's a system. Okay, the machine does it faster and better. Okay, so that's automation. And then we continue to evolve. Okay, we continue to evolve, and then we have knowledge-based systems. And what knowledge-based systems do, okay, is they process information, and then we get the benefit of the process or analyzed information. Okay, now comes the AI. AI is when the machine is intelligent, that is able to process information like a human. Okay, it's intelligence that is artificial. That's what's artificial intelligence. Okay, we have reached a point in the history of man, okay, where we have enough computing power. Okay, so what took so long, right? Okay, cost and access to technology. Okay, so we have reached a stage in humanity's history where we have access to enough technology, enough processing power, and enough tools, enough systems to be able to develop, okay, in a way that works, okay, intelligent systems. Okay, so and AI has been evolving through the years, but in this couple of years, okay, the rate of AI growth, okay, is phenomenal. Okay, so there have been companies that have been investing in AI, okay, or developing AI, and OpenAI is one of these companies. Okay, and OpenAI is the company that's behind ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is a chatbot. Okay, for those of you who have not experienced ChatGPT, Google sign for a free account. Okay, it's currently on the research trial, so it's free. What happens? Okay, you talk. You actually talk to this chatbot. Okay, so it's like a chat screen. Okay, once you've registered for an account, it's a chat screen. You can start a conversation about anything. Okay, about anything. You ask a question, and ChatGPT will reply. Okay, ChatGPT, and it can be any sort of question. Okay, you can ask sexual questions, to human questions, to philosophical questions, to religion, to culture, to history, to everything you can possibly think of. But even though it is at very, very early stages right now, what it does, okay, so when you ask Google a question, Google will throw you a bunch of information. Okay, throw you a bunch of articles, links, and websites and all that, and then you need to go in. Okay, you need to go into these websites, to these links, to read up. Okay, to process the information, decide what you want to utilize, what's useful for you, and then you put together something. Okay, so let's say you're writing an article. You're writing an article, and then you want to get some content. Okay, so you ask Google, and Google gives you all the information. You read through the information, you process, you analyze, and then you utilize what you need, and then you write the article. ChatGPT will do all that for you. Okay, ChatGPT will go into its archive of information or knowledge. Okay, look for things that are relevant. Okay, so when you ask Google a question, Google throws you everything. Okay, and sometimes things that are not relevant get thrown in too. But when you ask ChatGPT, it will analyze all this information. Okay, and then it will process the information, and then it will assemble the information, and then it will put it together, and then it will present to you an answer to your question. Okay, and this is truly, I think I've talked about this in other live streams before. Okay, we will always get answers to the questions that we ask. Okay, so if you want an answer, you need to ask a question. Okay, if you ask a question, the guarantee is you will get an answer. Okay, the quality of the answers that you get depend on the quality of the questions that you ask. If you ask a question to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will process all the information that it has available, and it is a lot of information. Okay, and then present you with an answer in a way that makes sense, in a way that is logical, in a way that is organized, in a way that like a human will do, like a human can do, like a very, very good human, a very, very skilled human can do, okay, in seconds. So it is able to do what a human can do, okay, at a fraction of the time the human will take to do it. So very, very fast. So the thing is this. If we look at how AI is going to grow, how do I say this? The difference between what we have with AI right now and all the technology that we have ever had before AI. Okay, so this is a time to draw a line. Okay, this is a time to draw a line before AI and after AI. Okay, why draw the line? Because all the technology that we've ever had before cannot match. Okay, this is the time, okay, to draw the line, because this technology called AI is self-learning, which means that it will get better because it is teaching itself. It is in the past, technology that we used to have, we need to teach. Okay, humans need to program. Humans need to teach it what to do. Okay, and basically the quality of the output depends on the quality of the human developing the system. Okay, with AI, okay, the system is self-learning. Okay, so it can only get better. Okay, you feed it information. Okay, it will learn. Okay, you ask questions, it will learn. You ask the first question. Okay, so the other thing is, when you Google something, right? Okay, you ask a question and then you get a bunch of data. Okay, then you want to refine. Then you ask another question, and you get another set of data. Okay, that may totally be not related to the first set of data. Okay, and then you need to do constructs and all that in order to get the data that you need. ChatGPT or AI, okay, remembers the questions that you ask. Okay, and then it takes the context of that conversation. So it's really like talking to a person. You can actually sit down, okay, and have a conversation. You can ask all these questions to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will give you an answer. Okay, the only thing is this. Okay, ChatGPT is giving an answer based on available information. Okay, it's giving an answer based on whatever data it has. Okay, and it can evolve. Okay, it can learn from the data that it has in the way it constructs and presents you with an answer, but it is still limited to the data that it has. Okay, so what do humans have? What do humans have that AI at the moment does not have? Humans have awareness. Humans have self-awareness. Humans are unpredictable. Humans can be creative. Humans have experience. Okay, humans can think out of the box. Okay, I'm sure if you ask any of these questions to ChatGPT, you will get an answer, and a pretty good answer too. Okay, but what you will not have is the discernment, okay, that comes from the experience of a human. Okay, so are there dangers? Okay, yes, there are. Okay, if you are a human, that's doing work, okay, that's doing something, that is process driven. Okay, that's process driven. You're doing research. Okay, if you're doing research, or you're in a job, okay, of doing work that is data driven. Okay, that way you need to analyze information and all that. When you need to do research, pull information and put it together, okay, you are easily replaced. Okay, you are easily replaced if that's all you're doing, compiling information and putting it together and writing a report, because that machine, that AI, will do it way faster than the human can, and will do a far better job than the human can. And the AI doesn't get tired. Okay, you continue supplying, the information to the AI, okay, to the ChatGPT, whatever. Okay, it starts with ChatGPT right now. Okay, but there are going to be increasingly more of such bots, okay, or systems. Okay, if we take a step away from ChatGPT right now, there are already systems. Okay, there are already systems that do copywriting. Okay, they're AI copywriters. Okay, where that are commercially available. Okay, if you want to write a blog article, you don't have to think anymore. Okay, all you need to do is to think of the outline, the topics that the topics that you want to cover. Okay, put it into the system, and then the system, the copywriting system, will generate an article for you. Okay, by pulling information, and it will generate a pretty good article. Okay, but it's very dry. Very dry, can be very boring. But it does that work. Okay, so the human doesn't need to spend time pulling all this information and putting it together anymore. The human has to add different value. The human has got to personalize it. The human has got to add in the different stories, the anecdotes, the jokes. But these systems are available. Okay, so if you're just a human that's just performing this job, okay, like everybody else, average, that machine, that AI can replace that human, and that human is going to be redundant. So what do humans need to do? Humans need to develop mastery. Okay, humans need to look at all the talents that they have, okay, and be damn good. Okay, be damn good at whatever game that they decide that they want to play. They need to be ahead of the technology. Okay, they need to be able to be creative, okay, and do more and differentiate themselves and be unique. Okay, that's what humans can do. Okay, be unique. Because each of us are already genetically born unique. And all of us are here to get unique experiences, and that's what we have that machines don't have, and our self-awareness of that. Okay, so humans need to do that. Okay, so if you're human, okay, and who is not developing your mastery, okay, the machine can replace you. That's danger or not. Okay, are you on top of the game, or are you in the game? We get to choose. Okay, so you can be in danger. Okay, if you remain below the technology, or you can have leverage, tremendous amount of leverage if you're on top of the technology. It is a choice. But you need to learn to play the game. Okay, you need to learn to play the game, and I've talked about this. I talk about games, right? You need to understand the game. Okay, this is a new game. This is a new game that's coming into the environment. Okay, and this is a game that we cannot afford to ignore. None of us can afford to ignore, because if we ignore this game, we don't learn to play this game, we don't understand this game. Okay, or we take for granted this game. Okay, then we're going to be out of the big game. Okay, so this is a game that we all need to understand and then learn to play. Okay, to be able to stay ahead of whatever's happening in the environment. Okay, so that's ChatGPT, that's AI, and in the coming years, okay, I foresee. Okay, I don't foresee. Okay, I know. Okay, I know the rate of how this technology, because the big companies are investing millions and millions and millions of dollars into this. Okay, so it will accelerate. Okay, I don't know if humans can match the speed at which this is taking over what's happening in the world. It's a choice. Yeah, so can it cause massive unemployment? Yes, it can. Not only will it cause massive, when we talk about unemployment, okay, it means that people lose a job. Okay, people lose a job, and then they could look for another job, right? The difference between what's going to happen, okay, with AI and ChatGPT and related technologies, is that it's going to eliminate jobs where humans used to be required. Okay, which means that job is going to be can be replaced with AI. It means that there will be entire industries, okay, where humans can be replaced, okay, by AI. So it is not going to cause massive unemployment. It's going to cause massive displacement. Okay, suddenly, all these people who used to do all this work, okay, spend years and years and years and years developing, acquiring knowledge, skills, and tools to play this game. They're going to be displaced, meaning they can't play this game anymore. Why? Because AI is replacing humans. And if the humans have not learned to play another game, or have not learned to be on top of this game, then they're going to be stuck with no game to play. Okay, so it's not going to cause massive unemployment. It's going to cause massive displacement of humans. And then suddenly, okay, if you not learn a new skill, or if you not learn to play a new game, then there's no game to play. Okay, is that scary? I don't know. It depends on where you are. It depends on where the humans are. Okay, if you look at a lot of, and this is not the first time. Okay, this is not the first time it has happened. When automation happened, okay, all the people who used to be in production line in a factory, these jobs got eliminated. Okay, because replaced by robots. Okay, but that level of skill, okay, you can learn something else and then do something else, right? Because there are still other possibilities. But entire industries are replaced. Okay, and entire industries replace humans with technology. I don't know. If you look at, okay, I don't know if it's everywhere. Okay, but in Singapore we have we have McDonald's, right, fast food store, and increasingly in a lot of other F&B outlets as well. Okay, where what used to be counters for people to queue up to order food, okay, they have been replaced by kiosk machines, okay, where you can press and choose the food that you want, pay for it. And then the many counters where people used to queue, okay, is where you have humans operating these counters, taking orders. Now you have these machines taking the orders. You don't need the humans anymore. Okay, so you don't need 10 humans, you only need one human, okay, to serve the food. Okay, so you do the order, you have 10 robots, I call them robots, okay, these kiosks that take orders, okay, choose, okay, and pay for it, and then after you pay for the food, then you go to the counter and then you collect it. Okay, so you only need one human instead of 10 humans. Okay, machines don't need to rest. machines don't need to rest. Machines don't need to rest like humans do. Okay, so you can continue running the machine for 12, 14, 16 hours. However long that restaurant or outlet is open, it will continue to run. Okay, and they don't need to rest. Okay, machines won't complain. Machines won't complain when the customer is rude. Okay, customer cannot be rude. Okay, machines don't need training because they're all programmed already. Machines don't need welfare. Machines don't need tender loving care. Okay, you don't need to take care of them. Okay, machines will just do whatever it needs to do. Okay, and that's just at a dumb terminal level. Okay, meaning that it will just do that thing, take the order, charge the money, and then send the order. Okay, AI next level. Okay, where no longer dumb. Okay, because so humans just needed to upskill, right? If you cannot do those jobs anymore, okay, humans just need to upskill and do the thinking things, okay, that machines cannot. Okay, but now that's not even enough. Okay, humans cannot even do the thinking thing because the machine is doing the thinking now. Okay, so it's going to displace a lot of humans. Okay, and humans need to get creative. Okay, humans thinking is no longer enough. Okay, and some humans don't like to think, and some humans don't like to think. And then if thinking is not enough, then what will humans do? And that's something to think about. Okay, so I can tell you all these things that are going to change. Okay, then humans need to be better. That's all. Okay, and figure out what they can do that machines can't. What can humans do better than AI? What do you think? What can humans do better than AI? Humans can be creative. Humans can think out of the box. Humans have awareness. Okay, humans can be flexible. Humans can okay, at this point in time, humans have mobility. Okay, humans have mobility. Humans can adjust. Humans can look for experiences. Humans can be unpredictable. Humans can be so many things. Okay, so right now, AI is still data driven. Okay, it can only think or process or be as intelligent as the information that it has. Okay, and it's a lot of information. Okay, it's a lot more information than any human can currently have. So you cannot fight AI on those grounds anymore. Okay. But humans have awareness. Okay, humans have awareness, and that's the thing that AI at this point in time doesn't have. Okay, will it one day wake up and be aware? Okay, what's awareness? Awareness is being able to look into the mirror and say that, that's okay. For me to be able to look in the mirror and say, hey, that's Douglas. Awareness is for me to be able to look at my thoughts and say that, hey, I'm thinking something. Awareness is me being able to, okay, self-awareness, okay, it's me being able to feel something and say that, hey, I'm feeling pain. Self-awareness is me being able to look at an emotion and say that, hey, I noticed that there is sadness, and then I cry, okay, or there's joy, and then I celebrate, okay. AI cannot do that yet. Okay, AI cannot process emotion. AI cannot take emotion and then create something different. AI, okay, I don't know whether AI can think out of the box, because AI is still at this point in time operating in a closed environment, okay, with whatever is available to it. Okay, can it do something different that it has no access to? At this point in time, I think cannot. Okay, so humans need to start thinking. Humans start accessing the parts of humanity, okay, that doesn't make sense. Because anything that makes sense, okay, the machines can do. So humans have to start looking at what doesn't make sense. Okay, stop following orders and processes and systems and rules, and start operating from chaos. Start operating from unpredictability. Start operating from relating with, okay, so AI cannot relate to one AI cannot, okay, one AI at this point in time I'm not aware of that one AI can relate to another AI. Okay, AI cannot love and have relationships. At this point in time cannot. So humans need to be humans, okay, and access all these parts, okay, which cannot be explained, okay, cannot be put into a box, cannot be logical. And create from there. Okay, what it is, what that's going to look like, I have no idea. Okay, I really have no idea. Okay, but it is time that we, I feel, okay, it is time right now that I feel that we really start to take a look at where we are and start accessing, okay, all these parts of us that we have denied. Okay, because the difference between AI and humans right now is this thing called self-awareness. Okay, that start from there. Why does everyone want the truth? I don't know. I actually don't know if everyone wants the truth. Because sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes we're not ready for the truth. Sometimes we have a lot of judgment. Okay, we have a lot of judgment. What is truth? What is truth anyway? Your truth and my truth may not be the same truth. Right? Your truth and my truth may not be the same truth because we may be operating from different reality boxes. And if we are operating from different reality boxes, what's true for me and what's true for you, not the same, right? May not be the same. So that's number one. Okay, so even if I tell the truth, even if I tell my truth, okay, it may not make sense to someone else. Okay, so what's the truth if we talk about truth? Okay, that's the you know, when we talk about truth, there are always three sides. There are always three sides. Okay, there are always three sides. Okay, your truth, my truth. Okay, your truth, my truth. Okay, and the truth. Okay, which is independent of you and me. Okay, which are basically the facts. Okay, the facts, the data, the information, the thing behind it. because when we go into the human aspect, okay, the way we see things, okay, how do you know that we are even seeing the same thing or have the same opinion about something, and whether we think that our interpretation is my interpretation is the same as your interpretation. Okay, that's number one. Okay, so very very hard, right? But of course, the other thing is then we think about consequences. We think about consequences, and we think about how we impact each other, and then we have judgment. Okay, we have judgment and then we have fear. Okay, and then we have interpretation. Okay, so when we have judgment about whatever something is happening, and then we have fear about how somebody else might respond to what we consider the truth, and then we don't want to deal with the consequences. Okay, then so we call this avoidance, right? If you don't want to be honest, okay, don't want to tell the truth. Okay, I'm just looking at don't want to be honest. Okay, honesty as to tell the truth. But again, what's the truth, right? Very complicated, right? So we tend to consider, we tend to process, we tend to have all sorts of, we make up all these stories, we make up all these interpretations, and then there's a consideration of the consequences, whether we want to deal with the consequences or not, and whether we're willing to present our truth, and then the other person may disagree with our truth and present to us their truth, and then we get into all these things, very complicated. So I might prefer to avoid. Okay, so it's avoidance. I might prefer to avoid doing this. Okay, so that I don't have to deal with the consequences. So I don't have to deal with disagreement. Because the thing is it important enough? Okay, is it important enough? Okay, and then of course there's fear of if I do that. Okay, then other people may also have judgment of me. Okay, people may think a certain thing, and I don't want people to think of me that way, or everything else in between. Okay, but fundamentally, I feel that when we don't want to deal with the truth, or we don't want to be honest, okay, that there is, the reason is avoidance. Okay, why are we avoiding? Okay, because we don't want to deal with the consequences of what might happen if we are being honest with whatever truth it is that we feel that we need to be honest about. Okay, sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth hurts, and we don't want to, or we don't want to go there. Okay, we don't want to, and then we feel that we need to protect someone else. Okay, so we don't tell the truth. Okay, so that we don't hurt the other person, or sometimes we don't tell the truth because we don't want to be hurt. Okay, so that comes from fear. Okay, and then we build all these walls, we wear all these masks, and then we stay separate from each other. Okay, because we fear the consequences. We don't want to deal with the consequences. Okay, that's what I see. Okay, that's what I see. I don't know if everyone wants to know the truth. Actually, honestly, I don't. Okay, because sometimes I just, the phrase ignorance is bliss. Okay, what I don't know won't hurt me. Okay, what I don't know won't affect me in any way, and sometimes I don't want to know. Okay, so I don't know if everyone wants to know the truth. Okay, but of course then that's the other phrase, where the other thing that people say, right, the truth will set you free. It is a big leap. It is a big leap of faith to be totally authentic, to be totally open, to be totally accepting, to have no judgment, to be able to look at the truth, whatever the truth is, okay, and be able to embrace it and acknowledge it and be grateful. Okay, it takes a tremendous amount of awareness, self-awareness. It takes a tremendous amount of maturity. It takes a tremendous amount of courage. It takes a tremendous amount of beingness, okay, of not being affected and not having that level of judgment. Okay, so I don't know if everyone wants to know. I don't know if everyone wants to know the truth. Okay, and sometimes from where I am, if I don't want to know the truth, then sometimes I also feel that I don't want to be honest because the other person also may not want to know the truth. Okay, for whatever reason. So fundamentally, it is, to me, avoidance of consequences. Okay, not being totally honest, okay, is avoidance of consequences. I don't know if everyone wants to know the truth. Sometimes the truth very painful. Okay. You're welcome, Phoebe. So the thing is, I think that the thing that I wrote and truly believe, that is that there's higher consciousness. Okay, there is source, there's creator, and he speaks to us all the time. Okay, he speaks to us, she speaks to us, but we have not learned to listen. Okay, we have not learned to listen because we listen with our heads, and sometimes we need to listen with our hearts. And when we listen with our hearts and we remove all judgment, we may be amazed at the conversations that we may have. Sometimes the conversations come from channels, okay, other instruments, okay, and we're all messengers. I don't know. The thing I can say, the thing I can say is this. Okay, there's time. There is time. There is time for everything, and we just need. Okay, for me, I believe that everything is. I believe that everything is perfect, and I believe that there's time for everything. I actually have that book for more than 10 years. Okay, I have the entire series, okay, book 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I had the book for more than 10 years, I think. And there has never been a reason for me to read the books. Okay, and actually I've resisted reading the books because I have a certain interpretation of what the books are about. So it was only 2 days ago. It was only 2 days ago that I decided that, hey, okay, I call it divine intervention. It was only 2 days. It was only 2 days ago that, for some reason, I felt that I needed to start reading the book. Okay, and when I started reading the book, I understood why. I understood why for the last 10 years it was not time for me to read the book. And that 2 days ago was the time that I needed to start. Because if I had read the book 10 years ago, it wouldn't have the impact it wouldn't have the impact that it had, okay, for me to read the book 2 days ago. Okay, and this can be a different conversation. this can be a different conversation, but what I can say, okay, so anyway I started reading book 1 2 days ago. I'm in I'm reading book 2 right now. I finished reading book 1 in a day, and I had an experience of the book. Okay, I didn't get information. I had an experience of a book which I don't have time to talk about right now. So everything is perfect. Okay, everything is perfect, and everything will happen in the way that it happens. And of course, we always say, right, when the student is ready, the teacher, the guru, the master will appear. And the thing I will say is this: okay, the masters have always been there. Okay, the masters have always been there. And the next thing I want to add is this: okay, each of us are masters. Okay, and this time is the time more than ever to acknowledge and recognize that mastery that we have, and then to bring it forth, and to be a master of whatever it is that we are meant to be a master of in this lifetime. That's what we need to do. Okay, and then get an experience of that mastery. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a journey. And that's what we need to do. That's what each of us need to do. Okay, and that's it. And that's it for this evening. So, if you've been inspired, if any of whatever we've talked about speaks to you in some way, please help me like, share, and subscribe. And let's do more of this. Okay, let's do more of this, and let's reach out to a lot more people, because now is the time. Okay, now is the time to do it. Thank you for being here again. Extremely grateful for your 60 minutes. Okay, and extremely grateful for what I have learned, okay, from all of you in the 60 minutes, because in this exchange, okay, I have learned so much more from you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so see all of you next week. In the meantime, take care. Kampung Kid out.